Ooh, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the lounge. We're in the lounge. We're chilling out. It's not windy today, as you can see by the cheap Chinese turbine behind me. He's up on his pole, but he's not spinning. It is 5:15, and we are pushing on through March. The 15th today, 14th yesterday, Mother's Day. Went and see my mother. Had a lovely time with my mum. It was beautiful. Many hugs, yeah, many hugs, and yeah, all the things that the government now don't want us to do. All this, oh, you can't touch anyone, guys. It's when you hug someone, the it it's a gift. It truthfully is, but you can't call your mum now. Apparently, you've got to call them your folk, or I mean, there's universities and school campuses now that saying, "Oh no, you can't call your mum and your dad your mum and your dad." Oh no, that's far too. I mean, just get the gulag out, man. Let's just go for a gulag. And look, all through the years, we've had all these people pushing these agendas, and do you know what? I think they're proper screwed up people. Who would devote their time in their day to come up with these idiotic things like, well, we call people mum. Why do we call people mum? Oh no, we're not allowed to call them mum now. I'd put them up on a line and offer them to come back to common sense or shoot them. To be fair, I think I would. It is getting absolutely ridiculous. Someone loves me. Someone's ringing a landline. Oh, yeah, Debs, it's getting ridiculous now. It's gone beyond stir crazy, hasn't it? Let's be honest. I'm probably going to get a bit of internet issue here. Hang on a sec. Someone's leaving a message of it. No? Oh, no. Okay. That's cool. Yeah, so it's got beyond a joke. You can't call your mother your mother. You can't call your dad your dad. Where does who are the people behind this? Many, many years ago, I don't know if I've ever told you this story. This was the first wife. I mean, I'm on the 27th now. It's been an expensive ride. I knew we was in trouble. I did, and she said, "Well, let's go and see some counsellors." And I walked into this room, and there's 4 or 5 people sat there with their clipboards, all very serious and stern, because that's what the system does. Likes this authoritarian, all stern and looking at you like up and down. I'm like, who are you looking at? So my ex-wife, bless her, she kicked off with the conversation, and then she's highlighting all my bad points. And look, guys, I'm not a rocket scientist. I've got to say, we've all got good points. We've all got bad points. There ain't no one here that's not got that attribute. It's whether or not we see our partners and we accept their intolerances, and just go, oh, well, it's them. They're all right. They're just minding their own business. So I'm sat there, and my missus kicks off, and she's highlighting all the bad things about me. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then these people with the clipboards all start really scorning at me. And one of them says, the trouble, and I was like, whoa, hang on. I said, first of all 4 of you, I said, none of you know me. None of you. And none of you know my wife. I said, what are you playing at? I said, I guarantee every single one of you sat there, and I'm in my 20s. I said to him, I guarantee every single one of you that's there, when you go home, you don't have an immaculate conception. You don't have an immaculate life. You've all got your problems. You're probably all on the bottle, this, that, the other. I said, so don't give it all that. I said, you're only here for money, to be truthful. You only sat here because you're getting a few rubs out of it. You act all like Cinderella and know that you people have got all the answers, and you don't know jack. They seriously don't know jack shit. I'm a psychologist in this. What a load of nonsense. These people, I guarantee you, I don't care who you go, oh, I'm going to see a shrink, sort my problems out. You go and see them, I guarantee you when they get home, they're all depressed to fuck. My mate's a doctor, GP, looks up people's bits and bobs all day long, yeah? Can't be very nice, but he has to do it, yeah? And, but he gets depressed. I know many doctors and coppers are all on the bottle. There's a geezer that lives in the next village to me, done loads of work. He's ex-copper, retired, been out of job about 15, 20 years. always drinking all day long. I don't know. I think it's because of the stuff they get up to, maybe. You know, they don't like facing the real world. You know, I mean, I hit this real world head on. I don't care what it throws my way. I'm going to deal with it every day. But all these people that we go and see, we think they're shrinks, we all look at them as if they've got this perfect, immaculate life, and they haven't. They have not. They're no different from you and me. They get these titles. I mean, I've got a doctorate. I don't care what you've got. You're no different. We're all the same. We shouldn't have this system. It's disgusting what's going on. And there's been a lot of things happening the last couple of days, ladies and gentlemen. We've had this woman apparently killed for demonstrating at Clapham Common, which is your absolute God-given right. But now, apparently, the Met Police have gone too far, and now Boris is saying, oh, we're going to have a big inquiry into it. What a load of nonsense. They won't do nothing. It's appeasement. It's just to appease you, to make, oh, Boris is dealing with it. No, he ain't. They work on Boris's behalf. If Boris tomorrow morning got up and told every chief constable up and down the country in their different sectors, any more abuse to men and women, then you're in for the kibosh, it'd stop. So when you get this slippery-tongued people from Whitehall and Westminster saying, oh, we're going to look into this, we're going to deal with it, we can't tolerate this, it's lip service. It's lip service. That's all they play is lip service whilst they're carrying out their disgusting stuff on the behest and the request of Boris Johnson and that lot of people. They are demons. They're not. How they ever nice people? If you was a nice individual, you would never ever have anyone working for you that you told them that they could just willy-nilly go around and beat people up. You wouldn't do it. You'd say, no, they're your boss. You be respectful from them. If people like me was in charge of this country, I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, you would have Uber. You would have Uber. I've got a fresh haircut. You'd have Uber. The roads would be clean. There'd be no potholes. The kids would be at school learning all about the world. There'd be no abuse. There'd be no abuse of children. Any abuse of children under my reign, you'd get hell for leather. And if you abuse these things, if you ever abuse them, I'll tell you what, you'd be in prison for a long time. You know, I can't tolerate this government of destruction, this government of fiefdom. It's sick, and as a people, we've come to tolerate it, and we've come numb to it. We get numb. We accept, oh, it's all right. It's only the old Bill. They're all right. Yeah, no, they broke his neck, but it's all right. It's only the police. Yeah, no, don't worry about it. Oh, have you ever had cuffs on? Have you ever had them to draw the blood from the wrists like they do? They love these new cuffs, by the way. They can get hold of them and swing them around whilst you're in them, and they can hang you up from a meat hook. Drawing blood. Can you slacken them off? No, they're animals. They're absolute animals. I'm absolutely sick of it. CSA survivor here, bless your heart. Day for Prime Minister. I'm telling you, you'd have Uber. You'd have Uber roads. Your kids wouldn't be going without. You'd have more abundance than you could handle. You'd be going, oh, I've got too much abundance, Dave. He's up with it. Because I would make sure that none of you were ever being pestered. None of you. Not in your private capacities. Your homes would be your own. No one would be coming across your threshold from the state. No one. 2 kids got taken from social services the other day for being fat, for being overweight. Social services ran tapping on the door. Oh, yeah, we looked at your kids. Yeah. Having them. Well, hang on. They're my kid. God give me these kids. What are you playing at? Oh, no, we're taking them. Fucking demons, man. Demons. They can't stop street bagging addiction. Yeah, all these drugs and stuff. I mean, the system they've got up is satanical, man. The amount of people that get... I'd clean it all up. I really, really would. But I'd bring back the love. I'd bring back the kindness. I'd bring back the fairness. And there would be nobody getting harmed. No, because you'd clean up the people. You'd put an end to the intolerances that are actually going on right now. The police and the criminal aspects of this country are as bad as one another. It's like fire meeting fire. We've got a copper now that's up now. I think he's in court tomorrow for murder, kidnap and assault. I'm like, my goodness. But we keep turning a blind eye to it. The 65 to 75 million people in this country, we tolerate their nonsense. We deem them to be out doing a good job. They turn a blind eye to the child abuse. Lord knows John Wedger uncovered so much of it. It's, you know, and he was on Vice Squad. And when he found out how deep this went and where it ended up, he got told to shut his mouth. And he said, no, I'm not. He said, I can't know what I know and not do something. He said, you know, the kids need protecting. And he got sacked, lost his house, lost everything, living in his car for a while. But, you know, these are the trials and tribulations that we have to go through to try and bring this place back to some decency. You know, not with it today. Jesus Jones, love it to see you. They give Jimmy Savile the keys to an hospital. They did. I can't even bring myself to imagine what was going on. He can rot in hell. Jimmy can rot in hell. I hope he's having a very warm time down there, because that's where these people go. You seem to think that they don't get dealt with. Cool, my word. Let me tell you, they really do get dealt with when they die, because everyone gets judged when they die. I'm afraid, everybody, and we're all sinners. But we've got to stop that, and we've got to come back to some decency. We really, really have. Nice to see you, love campaigner. God bless you. They're for burning for eternity. Yeah, of course they will. They seem to think they're having a swindle. All these judges and that, they're having such a swindle. Oh, I'm telling you, they're not going to a nice place, because they are bringing harm to the spirit. We're the spirit, ladies and gentlemen. We are the spirit. And they're harming us. And they're operating in a world of necromancy where they see us as all dead. I mean, how's that ever right? It's not right. It's got to stop. But we all turn a blind eye and we let them get on with it. And their rewards are temporary. Absolutely. I've come to learn in this life that everything here, moth and rust, does corrupt. It all breaks down. It all falls apart. Nothing's new for long. You get a new car. You love it. You're out there posing. A week later, it's an old banger. Don't care what it is. The edge just rubs off. And then when people get more and more and more, they want that. They're trying to get that fix of, they want to feel complete. Well, they never can feel complete because you don't have anything under your control. It's all under the control of the satanic system, the public servants, and everything's a reversal of the goddamn truth. Because if they were public servants, they wouldn't be allowed to do the things they're doing to us. We are the thing that matters, not money, not nothing. We, the souls, it's us. You know, a home is a right. All these other things are rights. They're a God-given right. My home's not a privilege from the government. My life's not a privilege from the government. It's a privilege from God. These bodies are just homes for a short time. Absolutely right. That's all they are. It's why the ushers wear black. Yeah, they're operating in necromancy. The judges know it. The ushers probably know it. The court clerks know it. But listen. I want judges from the light. I want judges that wear white. I want judges that are appointed by God. I want them to be righteous, to be honourable, to be decent, to be upstanding. I don't want them to just look at us as though we're there to make money out of. And I can't see nothing of interest here. They're always trying to trick us up and trip us. It's got to stop. They've got to come back to honour. They've got to come back to decency, and they've got to stop operating in this fraud. They've got to stop lying to us. This is our country. This is our inheritance, ladies and gentlemen. Your children are not a gift from government. Your home is not a gift from government. They're not grants and privileges. They're rights. You have rights, God-given rights. It's time to wake up, people. It really is time to wake up. And people are really waking up right now. And God bless you all for doing that. Always put a lien on our rights when natural rights are unalienable. Absolutely. No one can take your God-given rights away, but the government do. They're out bashing people around at Clapham Common, and the Met have been pulled over the coals, and their attitude was, well, we was there because they were defying coronavirus lockdown rules. Rules, not laws. There's only one lawgiver. Oh, listen, ladies and gentlemen, there is only one lawgiver. That's it. There is no more. Just one lawgiver. Man and all that. It's unbelievable. Take your heads out of the sands. Exactly. Well, there's going to have no choice soon, Frankie, because they're coming for everybody. They're really putting the heat on. So I've got so many people now around me that are waking up. It's fantastic to see. It is genuinely awesome to see. The everyday normal men and women now are really starting to get this and to understand what the hell is going on. Where are we? You know, they've shut everything down. There's parks. Someone sent me a picture of 2 park benches in some kind of slight wooded area that the council have sectioned off and put these barriers around them. And I'm like, why are you taking pictures of it? Why are you not just taking these stupid covers off? They're trying to break our spirit. They're trying to stop us from loving one another. They're trying to make us autonomatrons. They don't want you hugging. They don't want you communicating. They don't want you together. Why do you think they've shut all the pubs down? Because when we had pubs, we had togetherness. We knew our neighbours. We knew our brothers and sisters. We knew what was going on. We used to come and stick together. They've broken us, people. They've broken the will of man. But we ain't going to let that happen, are we? We ain't going to let that happen. We really do have to keep the spirit at the forefront of our consciousness. We really do. Charlie Barton, hello, Squire. Repent, my friends. Absolutely. Love Campaigner says another man thinks they can. Yes. I love what you're doing, by the way, Love Campaigner. I really do. The stuff that you've been doing lately with your interaction with the public servants has been really good. Really, really good. So God bless you for that. Apparently they live on Netflix. They're going to Red Pill Mini who need waking you up. Yeah, they do, yeah. They live on Netflix. I don't know. I've never seen it. I don't know what that is. They live. But it is what it is. You know, there's so much going on. The people that we've been betrayed. Our government betray us every single day. They don't work for us. They don't work for us. You're a huge part of my awakening. God bless you, mate. We all connect. We all connect. We're all one, ladies and gentlemen. We're not separated. We're just one consciousness, having different experiences. That's all. Your Honour with Brian Cranston is good and shows how these guys are corrupted. Yeah, Your Honour with Brian Cranston. Oh, is that a program on the TV? Is it? I saw they live in the early 90s. Bless you. Gravitate. Yeah, you got to. We're at a point now where we're so isolated, you know. And they've split us all up. They've turned us into commodities. And I detest that. I detest the fact that we have these people in these places just looking at us as cash cows. How can we put our hands in their pockets? Oh, we'll send our coppers round to take their houses off them. Sickos. The banks. It's the banks, ladies and gentlemen. You want to get to the bottom of the truth? You sort your banks out. You get your banks leveled. You stop them pressing print all this fiat currency. Fix it again tomorrow. You get them to stop that. You get them to have a people by the people monetary system, and all this stops. But because we've got international foreign banking cartels running this country, a copper kill you for money. If you don't pay tax, insurance, MOT, you sure they're going to harm you. Why? Because they're the mafia. There's no freedom in this. You have to buy your freedoms. You have to buy your freedoms. You have to buy your driver license. You have to buy all your bits and bobs. You have to buy your antibiotics on the NHS from your prescriptions. You have to buy everything. You have to use all these fiat currencies. Why? Because you're slaves. Because you're all slaves. We're all slaves. No man can own another. This is the truth. But the government seem to think they can bash the bejesus out of us. They're satanic. They're dirty. And we've got to stop them. And we will stop them. Trust me when I say the vibration in 2021 is really, really rising. and we're seeing the star seeds really, really, really coming out now, and it's good. It's really, really good. We're all atoms, so all atoms are the same. These truths are self-evident. It's gorgeous. They are a mafioso. The government are a mafia. Boris Johnson's a mafia boss. They work for mafia. Because the mafia will beat you with a stick, right? You don't play a game, they can't put their hands in your pockets, they beat you with a stick. You go against their rules and that, they beat you with a stick. And our system beats you with a stick. You get beat with a stick every day, but you seem to love it. You seem to love it. You seem to find it all right. You seem to find it acceptable. I don't find it acceptable. I don't think that men in uniforms like that should ever do that. I think men in uniform should have honour. I think they should have honour like the fire service have honour. And their first and one priority is to save life and save property and save liberty, right? Boom. Brown atom. I ain't no atom, I'm brown, says the flat earth. It's like, Wayne, I want to have a brown baby. I used to love that series, Wayne and Wayne. What was that? That weren't Little Britain, was it? That was Harry Enfield. And we're all the same inside, ladies. I mean, it don't matter what the outside looks like. It's your heart, it's your mind, it's your soul, man. We're all the same. Don't matter whether you're Chinese, black, half caste, whether you're white, yellow with blue spots, purple even. You're all the same. I don't see no separation. I just see souls, We should just be seeing souls and spirits. So you've either got a decent soul and spirit or you've got a bad soul and spirit. What have you got? None of us are perfect. We've all had our trials and tribulations. The system ruins us. Davy Wilson. All right, Squire. How you doing? Invisible atoms teaching lies to the kids. The schools are getting outrageous with their indoctrinations, with what they're teaching the kids. My God. Oh, teachers, you should be ashamed of yourself for indoctrinating them this far and to expect it to work. It's got to stop. I mean, honestly, when I was at school, right, if I wasn't engaged, I weren't listening. Teachers had to really engage with me. I would listen to worthwhile things, and really pay attention when I was interested. But most of it's just drivel. It's an indoctrination. But if they'd have tried to indoctrinate the kids in my class years ago, well, I don't know what the reaction would have been. We'd have just probably got up and walked out. We were rascals, I went to school with Tamer Hassan, the guy at Football Factory, the Turkish dude. He's a dude, let me tell you. And I just think the things we used to get up to back then, we just would have laughed at all this stuff. You don't want me to call me mum? We'd have said, go fuck yourself. What are you playing at? We wouldn't have had it. But now the kid, I can't call you mum no more. The teacher says, I've got to call you're my folk. Yeah, you're not my mum. No. Crikey. And what is dust? Dust is dust. Dust we become, and dust we come from. As in Genesis. A heart full of happiness is a heart filled with love. Boom! Owen Lloyd Martin. What a truth there, my friend. What a truth there. So, yeah, there's a lot of things happening right now. These things in Clapham Common, the Met Police being pulled over the coals. But like I say, it's just lip service. There won't be nothing happening. Boris is just full of shit. And the indoctrination goes on. But I might apply very soon to become a crisis actor, in fairness. I think it pays well. And I think you get to travel a lot. So, you get to be in Boston and this and that. I think it could be a good gig. Means I can be quiet for a bit and just look good with something round my head or a leg looking like it's been blown off. Yeah, crisis acting, I think, has got to be the way. If anyone's looking for a job opportunity, by the way, maybe get into crisis acting. Come on, if you want to go and deceive the people of your country, it could be the way to go. The media have had such a spin on people for all the years, yeah? And this is why you're seeing all these things with Harry and Meghan, Piers Morgan. Why? Because the media know that they're losing their grip. And when they're losing, they know they're getting desperate. So all these things that are coming out is to grab your attention, to try and pull you back into the shit show. The Farrar, it's just the Farrar. Piers, I mean, come on. And the Harry and Meghan thing, I haven't watched it. And I suggest there's a lot of people in this country that can't even be asked to listen to that drivel. But that's why they're doing things like they're doing there, because they know they're losing people. The BBC said last year that in a few years' time, they will not be doing the 6 o'clock news and the 10 o'clock news. And their answer for that was because no one's watching. Our ratings have disappeared. When you look at the people like Dr. Vernon Coleman and Cole Vernon that have really got nice, polished channels on YouTube and Facebook and other mediums, they're pulling in so many views. They're pulling in so many people. It's beautiful to see. So I do believe that we're in a time period where the media, the monster, is losing its religion. Its people are not flocking to it like they used to. And the youth of today are certainly not interested in sitting down and watching the news. They're really not. They've got far too many other greater things to be going on with, like not calling mum mum. I want to know who the people are behind all this stupid bullshit indoctrination. They should be thoroughly ashamed of themselves, because they should teach kids the truth. And the truth is the truth. And what they're teaching right now is not truth. It's an agenda. It's a communistic dictatorship agenda. Maybe they'll start doling out Mein Kampf and start reading it in the schools. Lord only knows. I don't know. Just saying, atoms are fake. They are invisible. Carbon is 666 electron, neutron, proton. Absolutely. That's not a clue. I don't know what is. Yeah, we are. We're made out of proton, electron, neutrons, and protons. That's what we're here. That's exactly what we do. So, guys, we need unity. There is a big thing going off on the 30th of this month up in London. But I personally think that everyone's just playing into the hands of government. I really do. And it will just, if thousands and thousands of people turn up there, guess what? Government is just going to lock you down for another 6 months, because they're spinning it. They're absolutely spinning everything that we do. Make no mistakes. They're spinning it. So don't play into the hands of governments. If you want to do other things and not plan it and just get together with your brothers and sisters all together around the country and come up with a plan and go and formulate it and go and get your country back, you might achieve something. You need to have intent of what you want to go and do, and you need to materialize these things. You know, I materialize things in my life, and that's what we need to do. We can't just walk aimlessly around in London getting nowhere, shouting, screaming, and it's childish. It's absolutely childish. But if you go with intent and you go there with a mission to do something and to achieve something, that's a completely different story. Just ignore the government. Simple. It's absolutely right. We've got to pull away from them. You know, this year's going to be an exodus. We're going to be pulling out of their system of fakery. Anyone ever seen the trust that your mum and dad set up at birth? We're going to go and register our gorgeous little baby boy or girl. Fantastic. Why are you doing it? Because we want them to have benefits. We want them to be able to have an house, have a car, all this old stuff. Righto. So if they've gone and created a trust with the government, and it is a definitely trust relationship, that's the only relationship it can ever be is a trust relationship. You want to see that original trust document, right? You want to see that original trust deed. Certainly not the birth certificate. There's a trust formulated, ladies and gentlemen. You want it, don't you? Surely to God. I'd be asking the GRO. I want to see the trust that was set up. It's for my benefit, right? Let me see it. Let me have it. Protests are done. They're bringing laws in to stop them. It's done and dusted, Happy Gilmore. You're so right, mate. You're so right. It don't work. Protests don't work. The only decent thing about a protest is you get to bump into friends and people that think the same way as you. Now, 10, 15 years ago, I would have been considered off the wall and talking nonsense. But now many people are really tuning in. So we've shifted that consciousness. We really have. We've moved the consciousness into a different place. And that's why you're seeing the BBC losing its ratings. No one's paying attention no more. Why? Because the consciousness has shifted. And it will continue to shift. It ain't going nowhere. We ain't going nowhere. Peeps, I want to thank you all for tuning in. Half-hour slot for me. I'm going to go and get tea on for my missus because she'll be home very soon. I'll do all the cooking. I know Gino De Campo. I'll keep it right here. God raised us from the dust. Absolutely right. David Icke, 1996, knew about the birth certificate and said human race is not ready for the information. There you go. But they are now. They're really starting to pay attention now. And blew life into our nose. Yes. Genesis. Go and read Genesis. It's a great book. Peeps, I love you all. Stay blessed and just stay in your own vibrations. You know, you're not a creation of government. You're certainly not. You are a creation of the divine. And we should be respected as creations of divine. Yeah. Shirley F. Hello, sweetheart. Oh, yeah. Nice to see you. And Solo. How you going, mate? I caught you live. Yeah, mate. I just about to disappear. I've just do little half-hour slots now. So yeah, what's this shit show? Then they're now talking about this copper, right? I'm going to make a prediction. There's a copper now going up on trial for murder and kidnap of a woman locally in Kent. I'm going to make a bet and a prediction that he gets off with it. I bet you he gets off with it. Why? Because he's part of the Club of Rome. And the Club of Rome looks after the Romans. But it shags us, the ones that are not part of it. Take care. I'll see you all very soon. Stay blessed. Stay safe. Enjoy your surroundings. Enjoy your families. Enjoy your love and your hugs. Do it because you're only here once, ladies and gentlemen. Don't walk in fear. Walk in a decent, high-spirited vibration. And all of a sudden, when you do that, things change. You don't walk in fear. Why would you walk in fear? It's a nonsense. I'll see you all soon. Remember, we are not state-created fictions. We are not owned and controlled by government. We were born free and we must die free. I'll see you all soon. Take care.